Hello, welcome to Iggy's Toy Parade and Soldier Review. This is your host, Iggy. Hi, guys. Look what I got to share with you today. The other day, I went to storage and I tunneled through the mess and found a large box filled with Ultimate Soldier figures. So I'm going to share some of with it. Can I talk? No. I'm going to share some of what I found with you today. It's going to take a couple videos because I can only get a maximum of 5 figures into the frame. So let's start off with the ones lying on the table here, and that is the uh, Marine Jungle Fighter, the USMC Jungle Fighter. And you can see here from the illustration what the box contents hold for you. And one thing that you might notice is this little thing here. Like, what is that? Here's what it looks like, a regular M1 Gran. And you're like, what is that? It almost looks like a British pig sticker bayonet. But that's actually an M7 grenade launcher. So we'll show you, and it comes in here, which is pretty cool. So let's take a look at what we have. This was, according to the box, it was made in 2000, but that could also be the copyright date. And it shows here I got it at KB Toys. KB Toys is out of business now, but I purchased it for $29.99. Okay, we have our Marine. He's dressed in utilities, also known as HBT for herringbone twill cotton uniform. And initially, when these were introduced, they were to cover up their other uniforms when they were working. Let's say they were digging or painting or they would cover up their uniform with this, but then the utilities became the combat fatigues. Now, when you look at gosh, that light there, that's better. You might go, this guy looks familiar. And if you look up an actor by the name of Liv Schreiber, you'll notice that this guy here looks exactly like him. So I don't know if that was intentional or accidental, or they found a photograph of Liv Schreiber and oh, let's sculpt this guy. But there you go, Liv Schreiber looks just like him. Now the uniform on the Ultimate Soldier, Marine, and Navy Corpsman is the same, and it's pretty good. I like it. It's got a nice quality to it, whereas other Ultimate Soldier uniforms, yeah, they're not top notch, let's say. Although I do really like their equipments on everything that they produced. But I do like the uniform on this one. And he's got a camouflaged steel pot. And I've got a couple of these. I only bought 2 of these. I was getting really stretched out financially, and so I wasn't able to get as many as I would have liked to have had. I have a couple of G.I. Joe Marines that will work well with this, so I would have liked to have like a dozen of them, but Iggy is greedy, I guess. But my hope is to create dioramas one day. You can see that he's got a bayonet and his, what do they call that knife? A K-bar? Is that what they called it? My friend Carl was in the Marines. He could probably tell me. There's the grenade launching attachment, and the Marine would kneel down and put the butt of the rifle in the ground and arch the rifle somewhat to give the grenade an arc. I think that if you fired that on your knee, that they would probably break your knee, somewhat similar to what the so-called erroneously named Japanese knee mortar would have done. Okay, guys, that's our ultimate soldier jungle fighter, and we'll show you the back here. They also came out with a U.S. Marine Corps Raider, and he's dressed in camo. I never got that figure. I wish I had. He's a really cool looking dude. Okay, here's some of the reasons why 21st century started to get in trouble. They got overextended. You see here they're producing Russian Spetsnaz. Wait, it's Ignatz. No, it's Spetsnaz. Ignatz is the name that I joined the 100th Pennsylvania with, but everyone just calls me Iggy. Police officer and fire and rescue fireman. So, they started to go all over the place. And from what I understand, they actually started infighting within the company about what direction they're supposed to take. Here's another figure I never got, was the the British Commando. Was fortunate to get, I think, 3 Japanese. I never had the tank commander, which is weird since I was an armored crewman when I was in the service. But that's a figure that I regret not getting right there. He's pretty cool. Okay, here's the light tank that they produced, and they had some remote control ones. So that was a pretty ambitious project. It's too bad they didn't continue that with, like, say, a Sherman and a Panther. That would have been awesome. These are 2 of the vehicles I've showed you in a previous video. Okay, let's look at our next figure. He looks like a real old-timer for a U-boat officer. A lot of those officers were like in their late 20s. He looks like the captain of the Titanic or something, Captain Nemo. But at the end of a mission, they would all have beards because drinking water was pretty precious. You wouldn't want to. If they were bathing, they would bathe in the ocean, which is not really a good idea because it would dry out your skin. But he's wearing the M32 leather jacket. And you see here his beard is not as gray. He looks like a young Peter Ustinov. He's got a crusher cap. Binoculars being an essential part of their conning tower. This is what we call a sextant, but the Germans call a sextant. So almost the same word. A P08 Luger, and keep his orders in the briefcase. And then it also includes something that I couldn't quite understand, but a PPSH-41 Russian light machine gun. So I'm not quite sure how that got in here. What opportunity would a U-boatman have for capturing one of those? The bottle of vino, of course, is for celebrating a kill. That's the is it the magazine or the clip? I get those 2 words confused. I've been scolded about that already. So, okay, so there's the U-boatman. The next one up for you, for your consideration, is Fallschirmjäger Gran Sasso raid. And this represents a figure from the Gran Sasso raid, which was also called Operation Oak. I wrote it down. Or Unternehmen Eiche, which occurred on the 12th of September 1943. Hitler ordered General Student to rescue Mussolini, and then he gave the operation and planning of the operation to an officer by the name of Harold Moores, and he and Otto Skorzeny. I have trouble saying his name. Is it Skorzeny? Skorzeny. Anyway, he was quite a character. You've seen pictures of him before. He's with his scarred face. He actually survived the war and ended up, I think, in Argentina, of all places. Well, I guess a lot of Germans ended up in Brazil and Argentina. So the Gran Sasso raid was on a hotel called the Albergo Rufigo. Albergo Rufigo. Iggy does not speak Italian. So let's take a look at him instead of me flapping my jaw. Let's take a look at he's wearing, of course, the summer Fallschirmjäger uniform with the Hermann Meier cap, except this one doesn't have flaps on it. Okay, let's take a peek at him. Now, this is the FG-42, which is an amazing weapon. They didn't make that many of them, though. I think there's like 500,000 manufactured. Or, no, I'm sorry, I'm mistaking that for the Bren gun. I get my information all twisted around. So that's the FG Fallschirmjäger Gewehr 42. 42. Is that the word? 42. And let's flip him up so you guys can get a better look at him. He looks like Woody Harrelson. Harrelson. How do you say his name, guys? Woody Harrelson. I don't know, but he looks like that actor from Cheers. And I like it that he's got the scarf on and the camo. Some M24 hand grenades. You can tell because it has the screw cap on the bottom. They very rarely show that in a movie they always show him throwing the grenade, and I'm like, well, that's not going to do any good because you have to unscrew the cap and pull the string to ignite the grenade. There's the M38. There's several different types of parachute helmet, and this one is the M38, and it's got a wire net over it, like chicken wire. So this is a pretty cool figure. I like this quite well. All right, let's take a look at our British 8th Army fella. The British 8th Army, of course, fought in North Africa, Sicily, and throughout the Italian campaign. They ended the war in Italy on May 2nd of 1945. And he's got the Brodie helmet. The Brodie helmet was replaced on D-Day of 1944. That's when the turtle helmet. But we always associate the British with the original helmet, which they used during World War I also, and which I have a fondness for. I actually bought one that was made in India, but it's not very good quality. So eventually I plan to buy another one that's better. This is, of course, the Bren gun. And it was the Bren gun that they made 500,000 of them before they stopped production in 1971. But the Bren gun was still being used as late as the 1990s. So it was a very effective weapon. And this thing wants to close on me, doesn't it? Do you notice the chin on this guy? Whoever did the artwork there really emphasized his chin. I hope this is clear for you because it's really blurry to me. I can't see any of this. And it's got the, he's got the what was it, P-37 kit, the small pack, and the ammunition pouches, which he would have worn on the front there. All right, guys. This one was also produced in 2000. So there we have it. I dropped one of the figures on the floor. I hope to bring you some more Ultimate Soldier, maybe tomorrow after work. I'm working 1 to 6 tomorrow, so I should be able to do something for you tomorrow night. Okay, guys, that's it for now. This is Iggy saying thank you for joining the Iggy Army. Thank you for getting Iggy with it. And don't forget to hit the sub button. That, you know what, that really helps people that are presenting on YouTube, because it gives them an idea of what subjects are popular based on how many views. And I don't think a person gets paid for commercials until they have over 1,000 subscribers, which I'm not even close. But if I ever do get some money from this, then I hope to buy some more collectibles to share with you. I doubt if it's very much. Some of the YouTubers that I like to watch, like April Wilkerson, she has millions of subscribers. And she's a do-it-yourselfer. She makes a lot of stuff, and she's amazing. She taught herself how to do electrical work and plumbing, and she does it all. She's amazing, and she has a fun personality. But Iggy is a far cry from 3 million subscribers. But that's all I got for you tonight. And you know what? Where would you like to go after the video? Last time we had a picnic catered by In-N-Out Hamburger. And my friend Carl sent me a picture of a double-double just to torture me. I haven't had an In-N-Out burger in quite a while now. But why don't we, let's see. All right, this is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to go to England, and I think it's in Portsmouth, and we're going to tour the HMS Victory together, and we'll have someone talk to us a little bit about the history of Lord Nelson and the Battle of Trafalgar, and then we'll all go out to a pub. Now, Iggy doesn't drink, so they probably will throw him out, but the rest of you can sit and have a ale or something, and I'll see if I can rustle up a Diet Coke. I'm not much fun. Can you imagine trying to date and you go up to a girl and said, "Hi, can I not buy you a drink? Would you like me to not light your cigarette?" I don't know. I think I went on a date. How long ago was it? The very last time I went on a date was in 24 years ago. And here's the part I really like. Uh, where we were waiting for our table at the Hard Rock Cafe, um, she started flirting with the bartender and they exchanged phone numbers right in front of me. Now, what level of disrespect must you have for someone, or contempt must you have for someone to give your phone number to another guy while you're sitting there? I mean, that's the kind of luck, Iggy. Oh, and the date before that, I took her to a nice restaurant and we ordered dessert. And while we're eating dessert, she said, "Oh, by the way, I thought I should tell you I'm a lesbian." And I was thinking, you couldn't tell me that before I ordered dessert? Anyway, that's the kind of luck Iggy has. But, life goes on. I'm not I used to be unhappy about it, but no longer. That doesn't matter. Get yourself a dog, guys. You'll be much happier.